Welcome to BioClass. Here is the another part of our immune system and immunity. Here you can see an antibody molecule. Antibody molecule. You can see it carefully. This is the chain which is joined with the disulfide bond. One is heavy chain. This one is looks bigger in size and it is a heavy chain, and this is the light chain, the two sides. Okay, and there are two different region also there. That is the one is the variable region, that this region I'm just marking here. This region is the variable region, and this region is constant region. This region will not change, but this is changeable region. Here is a binding site. You can see this part. That I mean several amino acids like 214 amino acid chain. It is there in that. It means that each I mean antibody molecule. It is nothing but immunoglobulins. Having the combination of at least the two light chain and the two heavy chain peptide, but it is having several complicated forms, and in it is immunoglobulin G, E, D, A, and M. There are few different types, and types are possible. Okay, out of that immunoglobulin IgG, IgM is very popular. IgA after that. So these are immunoglobulins, and it means that antibody, that molecule. This molecule, it is produced by our body. So this area is antigen binding sites, so it can bind the antigen. So in that way, when it can and binds the antigen antibody one complex will prepared, and when this complex will prepared, then antigen there is no role to do any harm in the body. After that, cell eating process, phagocytosis, it is eaten up. So it will be cleared. Alright, so see the next step, next part. Next is active and passive immunity. Active and passive immunity. Okay, active immunity. Active immunity, it means that when the living or dead microbes or any other protein or antibodies are produced in the host body. This type of immunity is active. It means that the first antigen will enter, then antibody will produce. That is called active immunity. Okay. What is passive immunity? Passive immunity, one protective systems, it is already there in the body, so that antigen cannot enter. One ready-made antibodies are there. It means here if we can see that the first antibody, then antigen. Previous what it was, first antigen entered, then antibody is produced. So active and the passive immunity. Also we can see this one. Okay, active and the passive. Active, this what? Look at here, this immunity, when it is passive immunity. Passive immunity, it is always on in maximum cases. Always it is ready. So immunoglobulin G can here it is all the time ready. it means that the certain barrier is there. Already we have seen in skin it is there, in epithelial cells it is there. Another is there that almost ready, I mean very immediate response by the neutrophil and the antigen presenting cells, dendritic cell, macrophage. Okay, here this macrophage we are writing like this, and APC, the antigen presenting cell. Here one receptor is there which is called tool like receptor. It is number is 1 to 10. This tool like receptor, it can recognize this antigen and it immediately it inform that helper cells. So that here it is the much faster than the normal system that which is there. And active immunity, it is already discussed that humoral and cell mediated immune system, and that is the active immune system. Next is vaccination and immunization. This mechanism, I think everybody you know. Here the pathogen which is inactivated or weakened pathogen, it is introduced inside the body. Suppose any virus is there, that virus, the virulent part is taken off, so that outer membrane which is also antigen and body can respond with that, this is introduced inside the body, and so that it can generate that this B and T memory cells that we will see now. And in that way it can keep for the long time. So vaccines is possible when that body can memorize that antigen for a long time. Otherwise vaccine is not possible. You know that every disease vaccine is not possible, and sometimes it is difficult. Nowadays in COVID-19, in that case the vaccination, that whether it is 100% is possible or not, that it is still we don't know. Several scientists, they are telling that it is not stable, I mean immunization is possible in this case. Let's see that here already we have seen this part. Here antigen, when it is entered inside that in macrophage or dendritic cell, that kind of cells will detect, and they are chewing it, and it means the digesting and the breaking the antigen is a protein, so it breaks into peptide, and it shows I'm showing that one flag like structure. It means shows that, see here, this is the antigen that you have to remember. That is why it is called antigen presenting cell, APC. And all the informant, that is the interleukin, all these things, it kept in the memory cell. This memory cell, it can be kept. It depends upon the antigen. We know that in smallpox, vaccination of smallpox is successful. Now it is eradicated because the memory cell can keep it for the long time, I mean all over the life. Okay, here this information, it is passed to the B cells, or it can be any other way also, and B cells can give it's a memory cell, so memory cell can keep it. So this is vaccination. And the second attack, when it will start from here. So there will be no this systems will not required here. It will start from here and direct it goes and it kills, so that the viral infection or the bacterial infection, it will be reduced very much, because it I mean goes earlier. All right. Next is allergy. Allergy is hyperactivity of immune system results this kind of abnormality, the sneezing, itching in the body, swells up, and various different other way. It means it means that there is some allergen almost they are protein, that the smoke, dust, pollen, egg, different food like prawn, sunlight, ice also can be allergen. So this allergen, it enters inside the body. Always remember, it depends upon that immune system of that particular person. It is not that the egg is causing the allergy to everybody. Egg is causing allergy. Their immune system will detect that the protein albumin of the egg as an antigen. So we can explain it in this way, little bit. Look at here. It is hypersensitivity. It is called the type 1 hypersensitivity, that is allergy. Here is allergen. Allergen, it activates that B cells, the humoral system, our humoral system, and B cells, you know, that it start producing antibody without reaching to the site. So it is having that advantage and also the disadvantage. Sometimes it's not detecting that the antigen, it is a real antigen or not. And here it start producing huge amount of antibody. These are the IgE, that immunoglobulins, and here it in our mast cell, it secretes several secretion, and it triggers the system signal, the immune system, some alarming signal they're doing. So here the mast cell membrane start releasing the histamine, leukotriene, heparin, bradykinin, all this material, all this serotonin, all this material, it causes the vasodilation. What is vasodilation? It means that our blood lines, it's become dilated, bigger in size, so that the huge amount of blood will flow, and the area becomes large, red, and swells up. And the smooth muscle contraction, in case of asthma, the smooth muscle contraction, it is also there. And the accumulation of the body fluid, increase the blood flow, all these things, it will create that that allergy. All right. So this is the system. Next is autoimmunity. Autoimmunity, it is another system, negative system, that we can say that here in our body, in our immune system, affect our body protein. It eats up our body protein, and it creates the huge problem in our body. So it means that here the destructions of the several different types. Suppose one example I can give you, the thyroid gland, it is destroyed by our immune system. It is called Hashimoto's disease. The tissues of heart, joints are affected. Tissues of glomerulus membrane are affected. In multiple sclerosis also, it is caused by the antibodies attacked by the myelin seeds of the nerve fiber. It is eaten by our immune systems. So suppose just imagine our own soldier is killing our own people instead of killing of the foreign. So this system, it is quite dangerous, and different kind of disease are there. We can see that how it can happen, that what is actual the failure of this in this, that in autoimmunity, the failure to distinguish self and the non-self system. The breakdown is immunological tolerance, a result of autoimmunity. What is the tolerance here? Tolerance, it means that self antigen tolerance. Here to understand it easy way that we can see here that if we can see it in easiest way, that one training it is given to the T lymphocyte, T cells, killer T cells, that to detect the self and non-self. Okay, so this is the one training, just like that military training. It happens that see that it is ours, it is our soldier, and it is that foreign one. So just detect it, and after that don't do mistake. This is the tolerance. That one tolerance training is there, that I am using the word the training. Actually, this time kind of system it is there. The self and non-self, so when it is detected, that after that there is some malformation of the T lymphocyte. It is there in that training, that they cannot detect the self and non-self. Okay. So so that antigen presenting that systems, here it can give signal some other way. All right. Others some other way, so they cannot detect, and they are started killing to our own protein. So that is autoimmunity. Next is immune system in the body. Immune system in the body, there are some cells, some organs which is there, which is in which that immune cells are available. Here, if we can start that from here, that adenoid, it is a lymphoid tissue. So normally exists the nasopharynx of the children. It is also known as pharyngeal tonsil. Then next is tonsil. Tonsil, everybody know that small rounded mass of tissue, especially of the lymphoid tissue. It is called the palatine tonsil. Thymus is there. See the here it is. It is two parallel lobes are situated and near the heart. T cells matures here. T lymphocyte maturation will be here, and regulated by that thermopoietin and all these things. So lymph node, and here the spleen, it is a large gland, but it is a ductless organ situated in the upper part of the abdomen cavity. It is the largest lymphoid systems. Pierce patch is there in it is there in ileum, found inside the ileum, the aggregated lymphoid nodes. All right. So another here, another part that you have to keep in mind, that the mucosal associated lymphoid system, which is called MALT. This is important. This here is a bone marrow also that another part here. So lymphoid tissue, which is located within the lining of the major tract and respiratory digestive, it is called the mucosal associated lymphoid. That is that one, the lymphoid associated, that MALT. All right. So that is our systems. You have to prepare it nicely. Immunity. Next will be that the disease, that AIDS and cancer. Thank you.